You are the one and only channel of your particular genius in your particular way through the translator of your earned wisdom, the wisdom you have earned in your life through living through all of it, the easy stuff, the hard stuff, the confusing stuff, the abusive stuff, all of your wisdom that you have earned has created you as a unique translation conduit. Take a breath into gratitude for yourself for having survived everything you have survived. Not just survived physically, but for having harvested consciously the wisdom on your personal development journey, for having had the will and the way, for welcoming the support of spirit and of humans to learn from your experience. Perhaps you should pat yourself on the back for having the courage and the devotion and the dedication to learn through these experiences. And I know there are some experiences that you didn't learn yet, and it was just hard. And you might have repeated that experience, and then perhaps in your mind finally got the lesson. But what if there was no timer? What if you needed to go through those patterns multiple times to truly embody the wisdom you gained through those difficulties and failures? This is the concept of earned wisdom that we work with here, and that when you fully embrace this knowing that you have earned your wisdom through your failures, your successes, your losses, your gains, all of that has come together, especially with your conscious choice to embetter yourself, to create within you a treasure of earned wisdom. A treasure. Before we move to the next concept, I'm going to challenge you to open to imagining that your earned wisdom is actually the purpose of your entire lifetime here. That your soul came into this body and into this lifetime, and yes, into all of these life experiences and circumstances in order to gather and embody earned wisdom. Can you imagine that your earned wisdom is what your soul takes home when you leave this lifetime? Can you imagine that you carry that earned wisdom, the lifetime of experience that builds then a certain delicious flavor of knowing and wisdom, earned wisdom, and you take that home? The part of you that leaves this body, the core of you, takes it home and gifts it to the mainframe, and then becomes a part of the collective evolution that this experiment called Earth is designed for. Life is not about gathering resource, friends, money, lovers, praise, beauty. Those are fun games to play while you're here. And there's nothing wrong with playing those games, of course. But is it the game your soul came here to play? No. Your soul came here for one reason: to experience, to gather this wisdom, and to bring it home and upload it into the oneness, into the mainframe we call the oneness. That's it. That's it. So the failures that you've counted in your life, the failures that you judge yourself for, we're going to wait and mute. There. The failures that you judge yourself for are successes, especially when you consciously embrace and embody the wisdom you've gained from living through them. Your embodied wisdom is what makes you a specialist. On our map of creation, of evolution, on our map, this lesson is around this archetype of the specialist, the part of you that is a specialist, the part of you that is special and unique and one of a kind. What makes you one of a kind? Let's talk about it. First, and I just mean first in sequence, there is the gift of your soul. There it is, the type of soul you are, the type of soul you were before you arrived in this body. And this, we have this little system, the soul gifts, that you have likely experimented with through this quiz and the conversations that we have here, the transmitter, the creator, the messenger. These are different types of soul, and that beingness of your soul travels from lifetime to lifetime. Every time you come into a different experience, you bring that soul gift with you. Even when you arrive in a lifetime like this, in one of these dense bodies, and are told you can't be that and that is wrong, and we will train you to be something different. And yet you are what you are, and your gift is what it is. And that's why we begin the journey there of discovering you, your specialty. We begin with the soul gift. Which of these 5 gifts are you? That's why. It's just our little lexicon, our shared language for that. And if you know your soul gift, feel free to share it in the chat so that we remember, yes, we're all different, intrinsically special, intrinsically designed for different ways of channeling. Yes, transmitters. Yes, we have several transmitters, don't we? And a messenger. Yes, and a creator. And we may also have an explorer, a researcher who might be watching this later. And so let's remember, before we go further, that you are this in your essence, and it can't be fought. And no, it doesn't change through life, and it doesn't change from job to job, and it doesn't change from when you are a child to when you are grown, mature, elder. It is the same. In essence, this is who you are as a soul. This is the way that your energy moves. And if you are a transmitter, then one of the ways you channel is through emanation, a silent emanation of energy wherever you go 24/7. You are like a light bulb. You are like an emanation. And sometimes you make your emanation very strong and direct channel the light that is yours to channel in this world. And sometimes you let your channel be more relaxed and you channel it 10%, 20%, frankly, because that's often what's called for. Learning to open your channel is not about just being a fire hose all the time, because that's not really appropriate. It would be very distracting for people. Right. And if you are a messenger like this one, then the way that you channel may well be words, spoken, written, sung. Messengers are often used to translate through the language center. Great. But that's not the only way to channel. Creators are often here to reorganize a principle of life, to evolve a system, sometimes to dismantle a system that no longer works. And so the way that they channel, the result of their channeling, the means of the creator's channeling in the world, might be engineering. It might be problem solving. Or it might be language, but a new construct of the message, a new way of considering a topic, using language, but it's the consideration, it's the form of the new creation, a new organizational principle that a creator soul is really here to bring. The souls who are explorers, they are here to channel through new things and to try things that haven't been tried. And so their channels are very wide. They might be a beat poet one day and a creator of a new form of parachute the next day. The explorers are here to expand the possibilities. And so that's their transmission. That is their energy, their genius that flows through, is this edge pushing, rule breaking, going beyond. Researchers are here to channel data. They are witnesses who take data in and witness what's actually happening in a very pure, clean way. And they are like a processor of that information, and often a synthesizer of that information, without being pulled off by emotional static or egoic desire static in the way that many other systems are. So researchers are writing new code. They are creating new technologies. They are expanding what we call technology, which is really complex synthesizing systems. They're expanding that by bringing in noticing of what's new, of what works now, of what's being discovered, without getting carried away. So can you feel that there are so many different ways to channel? And your soul gift is a big indicator and hint, right, as to, and hopefully a validation for how channeling moves through you, how your best work comes through you in those effortless moments, the type of result, the type of emanation that moves through you when you are in those effortless, optimized moments. Now, we began by talking about earned wisdom. That is your unique life experience. No one could have scripted this play that has been your life, could they? I mean, who would have thunk it? All the things you have been through. Wow. No one else has had the life you've had. No one. No one in all of time, in the history of humanity. No one has lived your lifetime, and therefore no one has your unique earned wisdom. So let's just layer those two elements for a moment. Your soul's gift, your soul gift type, and your earned wisdom, that which you now just embody because you've lived it. But wait, that's not all. There's more, because we also speak in this system here in this community about the 4 types of intuitive genius. And these are divine gifts that you also come in with or develop through your life. Those of you who are able or who haven't already should take the Genius Revealer. In the Genius Revealer course here in the collective, you get to take the soul gift quiz and discover your secondary soul gift, and then you get to take the genius assessment, which shows you your scores on the 4 types of intuitive genius. Embodied intuitive genius is the art of body knowing, when you know it in your body, when you know your own body, when you can track and feel the wisdom of your own body speaking to you. That's embodied intuitive genius. Some of us have always had it. Some of us have really had to learn that. Some of us are struggling to learn that, and it's okay. Embodied genius also relates on this map with the green, these that are in green on the map, especially the adventure and creature archetype. So we move through all 4 types of genius as we move through our wheel. Why? Because all 4 types of genius are part of you. And the way that you channel each form is yours and yours alone. The next form is the mental form of genius, or the creative genius, creative, intuitive genius. Anchored in these, the sovereign, the fool, the co-creator, creative genius. Some of us have always been naturally good at, aha, I have an idea. Oh, I just downloaded the answer. I have this creative idea. Some of us have always been good at that. Some of us have developed that through hard work and study and practice of improvisation in this case. And some of us are struggling with that one. I get so blocked with the creative ideas. I feel writer's block, that sort of thing. Okay, that's fine. That's what these initiations are for. That's why we do these. Okay. And then there's visionary genius. Visionary genius. Sorry, relational genius. We need to mute everyone while I'm speaking. Thank you. Relational genius is also an integrative genius. This is the one that's about relationship and integrating all forms together. And it's anchored here with, in fact, with the specialist, because being your specialist also shows you how others are specialists and helps you with relating. Contributor, sage, these are the relational integrative forms of genius. And then visionary. I said it too soon before. I got lost on my own map. And the visionary forms of genius are here in the underworld in the center of our map. And this is the genius of having visions, of seeing beyond the veil and hearing beyond the veil. And many of us have some of those as well. Those forms of visionary genius, intuitive visionary genius. Again, some of us came into this life very visionary genius. Some of us have worked to allow ourselves to see beyond the veil. And some of us struggle. We're in a different form of genius. Maybe we're embodied genius, but we don't have those visions, those seeing and hearing behind the veil just yet. Fortunately, this map and this practice that we're learning in these lessons is designed to help you open all four of these types of genius. But the way that you hold these forms of intuitive genius is different than the way anyone else holds them. So now let's layer that in to your special way of channeling, your soul gift, your lifetime of wisdom, and your skills in these forms of intuitive genius. They all affect how you channel, when you feel called to channel, who you are channeling, what spirit are you welcoming into this vessel. Now, we've been asked several times, well, how do I know who to channel? Should I be channeling Archangel Michael or Archangel Metatron? Should I be channeling Mary Magdalene presence or Christ consciousness? Should I be channeling? And there's all these sort of celebrity spirits, right? You don't need to do that. You are the celebrity. Your earned wisdom of your lifetime is what's the translator. Your soul gift, your earned wisdom, your accumulated intuitive genius. Yes, spirit has access to a big amount of information and also energies that are not always embodied on the planet at this time. Yeah, and that's fascinating and groovy. It's groovy and seductive, but you're the translator. And so if you're asking yourself, what should I channel? Could you open yourself to an energy, any of these celebrity energies, and say, hey, I'd like to feel you and see how I translate you? Sure, if you'd like, as long as you honor your own boundaries and the wellness of your body, your groundedness, and all the things that we've talked about in previous lessons. Great. But what do you imagine will be your most powerful energy to channel through you? Feel free to type it in the chat. What do you imagine will be your most powerful energy to bring through? Is it one of these beings that is famous and impressive that other people channel, so you should channel too? Who wants to take a guess as to the most powerful energy that you might channel through you? My own lovely self, my soul's desires, my higher self, source, the wisdom of my life experience, source in the form of me. These are perfectly good words. And we don't have perfect words for what we're trying to describe right now in this language. But when you move into silence, or when you are suddenly struck with the bigness of all things, and you can feel the unique love that the oneness has for you, it's a unique relationship between you and, we could say source, we could say love, we could say oneness, right? Or we could say God. It's a very unique connection that sometimes we consider, if we're telling the story of the soul, your soul choosing to come here, and we use that sort of narrative. Well, what is that soul? Is that entire soul here in this body right now? Is everything that you know as a soul, as a disembodied being, present in this human mind? No, it's not. Spoiler alert, no. So we could call this bigness your higher self. Many people call it your higher self, your soul group, the wisdom of your soul, the connection of source through soul to body, that which is uniquely yours. And it might be easiest to just settle for an imperfect term like higher self. We'll just settle for that imperfect term, knowing that it is an imperfect term. This partnership, Mellissa Ma, is Melissa's higher self soul group council. That's how it goes. Higher self soul group council, together, bringing through, in alignment with soul purpose, this Ma energy, this fierce, loving compassion we call Ma. This bridge builder between spirit and human we call Ma. Ma is a nickname for something that is wide. And frankly, when we come through sometimes with this river of information and sometimes with a bit of this river of information. And this Ma source can touch different rivers of information and bring them through this Ma flavor and through this translator channel. And that's channeling Ma. That's Mellissa Ma. You also have your soul, your higher self, your soul group, your councils. You also came into this life with a sort of mission statement that flavors the energy that you will want to bring through you. It flavors it. Well, how do I know what flavor that might be? Oh, darling, we just gave you the best clues. What is your soul gift? What are the types of intuitive genius that you've already significantly developed? And what kind of earned wisdom have you gathered in this lifetime already and continue to gather through living a human, imperfect life that includes struggle and triumph, and more struggle probably than moments of feeling of total triumph as a human. Even though to spirit, every single breath you take is a complete triumph. So who should you channel? You. Big you and your team and your purpose and that which you came here to channel. How do I go find that? No, darling, no. You don't have to search. You're already doing it. It's just that when your channel is very meager, maybe you're channeling at 0.001%, but spirit is always breathing through you. And as you learn to open your channel, what comes through you when you are devoted to the highest good? Because when you're not devoted to the highest good and you're trying to do some sorcery and from your egoic desires, you're not actually opening your channel to your higher self. You're opening to these other agendas. And that's not the most fun game, because it doesn't connect you with power and it doesn't do what your soul came here to do. It's a different shenanigan that's an experiment to play with while you're here, if that's what you want. But because you're here, we know that's not really what you're here for. So the answer is, you don't have to go choose something to channel. You're right here and you're already channeling. You just open your channel, collaborate through your open channel with that which moves through you and has been moving through you since you took your first breath in this body. Well, what about channeling celebrities? What if I feel that I am a channel of, I'm Mary Magdalene? Okay, well, first of all, Mary Magdalene was a human being, so you're not likely channeling her. The Magdalene is a title and a lineage, and that has a spirit. And yes, you can channel that through you. But if you're feeling like you must channel Magdalene energy through you, it's probably because that's part of your team. That's part of your assignment. That's part of your curiosity, and that's fine. But you don't have to pretend that your importance as a genius, as the genius that comes through you, is just because of this one person that lived, or because of the lineage she had, and therefore I belong to her, and the only reason why I'm important or wise is because Magdalene flows through me. That's bullshit. You're important because of your earned wisdom and because of your unique brilliance. You're important because you're a child of the divine, as is every single human being. You're a channel because you're breathing. So watch out for these vanity channeling temptations, because what you're really doing there is you're saying, well, I'm not enough, so I will carry this umbrella and pennant of this celebrity energy, and therefore I will be worthy, and therefore I will be useful. What would it be like to skip that step of the development of a channel? Because it can be a developmental step on the way to just being the natural being that you were born to be. But what if you skip that one and save yourself some trouble and some embarrassment and some tricky lessons of the ego, and instead tap what is yours? And if the Magdalene and the Christ and the angels are part of that, so be it. There are many flows and many rivers for you to tap, but bring it through as your own wisdom, the wisdom of your collaboration with spirit, with your own higher self and source. That way, when you are bringing it through, you can stand behind it and not say, oh, that wasn't really me, so I can't take responsibility for what I say when I'm channeling because it wasn't really me. That is the game of a child, not a wise one. You're a wise one. Claim your wisdom. Collaborate with that which is yours. And then there is no competition or proving. There is just this beautiful expression that you came to bring. And there are those who are here to receive it and those who are not here to receive it. All is well. All is well. And all are channels. You are special. You are a specialist. And yes, opening your channel to what is highest that comes through you uniquely, rather than putting yourself to the side to grab at some celebrity. Aw. Stay with yourself. Allow what you came here to do to flow through. Claim it. Be it. A gift is not really a gift until you've given it. Your genius that flows through you is not to be received and rewarded until you let it flow all the way into the world with actual results. We as channels are channels because we are conduits all the way through. So what are you here to bring? What are you here to channel? What are you uniquely designed to channel through you? It does not have to be straight channeled words. It's the natural result when you are in your flow state. This is what opens you also to equal exchange for the work you do when your channel is open. When your channel is open, you will naturally create results in the lives of other people, and they will desire to give back to you, and there is a natural exchange. Some people call this business or commerce. You don't have to be something that you're not. Please be who you came here to be and channel in the way that is natural to you.